Yo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Monday night, November the 19th, 2018, and the Survivor Series Fallout show felt like being hit in the face with an idiot stick. Because the WWE think we're all a bunch of stupid fucking idiots. And somebody get Dean Ambrose on the line and tell him that what he smells in the air is coming from the creative room, because this Monday Night Raw was hot garbage. It was a big fat dump, and we are going to talk about it right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Monday Night Raw review. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. God damn it, you guys. How stupid do they think we are? Do you see all of the inadequacies that were laden throughout Monday Night Raw tonight? How dumb do you think I am? You have the last 10 minutes of this show still to go. You got Dean Ambrose coming out there, and Michael Cole wants to go, oh, this is a surprise, an unscheduled appearance by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose's unscheduled appearance, which wasn't supposed to be happening, took up the whole entire length of the rest of the show. So what was booked as the main event? Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a fucking 10-minute snooze fest that nearly put me to sleep? What are we, idiots? Is that what we're supposed to believe? That there was no main event booked? Oh, I'm a dumb idiot. I'm a dumb idiot wrestling fan. I don't question these things. I don't question the fact that Seth Rollins has left the building in the middle of the show, and then the WWE wants to be complete fucking idiots, and while Dean Ambrose is out there talking about smelling shit in the air, which is definitely just coming from the back and the mind of Vince McMahon, all the stench of shit and garbage that makes up every single Monday Night Raw that we have to put through, Dean Ambrose is sitting out there saying absolutely nothing, playing with a fucking rag in his hand, and they want to show Seth Rollins coming back into the arena and to the ring, not just to those of us at home, but on the fucking Titantron for Dean Ambrose to see. How stupid are they? Don't you dare look at me and call me a stupid fan, WWE fucking idiots. You are the ones writing the most nonsensical, illogical fucking garbage I have ever seen in my life. How is that effective? WWE's just trying to put too much of the fucking E in their program tonight. What are they trying to generate? Their own little action sequence without having to do cutaways like an actual television program? You guys are a wrestling show. You are not fucking The Walking Dead. I don't need to see you cutting to Seth Rollins running down the back like Rick Grimes trying to get to fucking Shane to kick his ass. No, you got Dean Ambrose in the ring who's cutting a promo, and then he sees Seth Rollins coming. The guy don't even know what to say. He's just standing in the ring like, where you going? Are you fucking serious? This is what you wrote for the end of Monday Night Raw? Now, on the one hand, you're going to go, oh, well, that's what you always complain about. They don't do anything exciting at the end of Monday Night Raw. This was exciting. What was exciting? All night long, all we had to see is this back and forth between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. He says, she says. Dean Ambrose taking shots at Roman Reigns, saying that what happened to him is probably deserved because of what he did to Dean Ambrose in the Shield. Taking shots below the belt, definitely generated to try to gain momentum and gain heat on this whole angle and on Dean Ambrose. But for what? For what? You did all of this in one fucking night. You did 1 month's worth of TV in one night. Sure, this is the type of stuff we used to see back in the Attitude Era, but one week we would see Stone Cold say some shit, and then next week we would see The Rock from a movie set in LA. Oh, The Rock says this, The Rock says that, and then the following week we'd have them have an altercation in the back and nothing else really goes on. Maybe you have The Rock say something at the end. Oh, Steve Austin, you want to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then Steve Austin, before the show goes off the air, he has his piece, something quick to say. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. And then the next thing you know, next week, we're building up on the go-home show before the pay-per-view comes, and The Rock and Austin is at a fever pitch, because every week you're giving us just this much. You're giving us just a smidge, just a taste, just a little bit. That first opening promo by Dean Ambrose saying, come find me, Seth, come find me. That's fine. You show Seth Rollins in a search every here and there. He don't need to be interviewed by fucking Charlie Caruso and Katie McNugget and whatever other fucking robot you got in the back every time he's on the hunt for Dean Ambrose. And then you go back to Dean Ambrose hiding behind a fucking compact lifter or some shit in the back, showing Seth Rollins where he is, because you can see where he is on the screen. He's showing up on TV screens all night long. All this drama, all this extra added shit. And you know what we're not seeing? Wrestling. And then the show wants to end off with a brawl that was very inadequate. To me, it was underwhelming. It didn't do anything really to make me go, oh man, we got to tune in Monday to see what happens between Dean and Seth next week, because we seen it all tonight. We seen it all in one night. All we need to wait for now is their match at the TLC pay-per-view. Why are you excited? Why was that a good ending? All night long, that's all we fucking saw. Seth Rollins, I'm gonna get you. How dare you say that about Roman? I'm gonna beat your ass when I get my hand on you. Seth Rollins. And then Dean Ambrose, I'm gonna do this and that and blah, blah. And then back and forth and back and forth. You did it all in one night. I could care less. You oversaturated me with it. I'm already tired of it. It was absolutely unnecessary. I hated this show so much. Not just because of that little rant that I just went off on the main storyline of tonight's show, which was just way too much, but because you want to take all of the top guys on this show, put them in the opening segment, and then have that segment transition into a match and have this whole thing last for the first whole hour of Monday Night Raw. I was checked out of Monday Night Raw by 8:30 p.m. 8:30! Because I had boring, trashly Bobby Lashley, the walking human fucking milk dud, Mr. Ass 2.0. I don't want to fucking see him at all. Vince McMahon wants to see him so he can get off every Monday night. And he wants to see him standing next to the big, gigantic Braun Strowman and the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre, because these are the guys that Vince McMahon loves. Where was Finn Balor tonight? Where was Dolph Ziggler tonight? They don't matter. They're inconsequential. We don't need to see them. No, we need to see Bobby Lashley go out there and be part of an overbooked segment that is definitely not needed. Why are they doing these things with Braun Strowman? Braun Strowman is over enough with the crowd that all you have to do is go in there and make him win. I know the guy's got blown out knees. He's got blown out knees already. And tonight's injury, do not buy into it. I do not believe that it's legit. It's possible. I need to look into it and find out tomorrow morning following tonight's show what the real deal is with that. I'm not falling for that bait and hook bullshit. I've fallen for it too many times in the past, and I'm going to wait for some official reports before I sit here and tell you guys Braun Strowman has a legit shattered elbow. I doubt that is the case. But if that in fact is the case, then the WWE has nobody to blame but themselves for putting these guys in this position that doesn't need to be happening. An overbooked opening segment to put over a match between Braun Strowman and Baron fucking Corbin? He's another one all night long. Why do we gotta fucking continuously see Constable Dickhead all over this show? I'm sure years ago when he was in NXT busting his ass in the ring trying to be a pro wrestler, he dreamed of being an inadequate general fucking manager. A guy that can't talk and use the stick worth a fucking dime. A guy that's wrestling ability is losing more and more each week because he fails to be able to practice it. And then he gets in there and just sucks. He wants to walk around wrestling in a fucking dumbwaiter costume. How much more do I have to see of Baron Corbin? This storyline with him as the interim general manager should have been wrapped up fucking weeks ago, man. Not that I want to see Kurt Angle back, because he was just as bad of a general manager as Baron Corbin is, if we're really being honest about things. But Corbin, as soon as he hits the screen, when you hear his music and you see his Daddy Warbucks fucking haircut, bald head, and you see him in the stupid suit coming out talking like a trash bag, you are immediately disinterested in the show. You don't care about the show. It's not good heat. It's not, oh man, I hate this guy. It's, oh man, maybe I should be flipping the fucking channel to Monday Night Football. Because this is horrendous. What was the reason for him to have to come out and be involved in Ronda Rousey's segment? For the first time since Ronda Rousey has been in the WWE, I am interested in what's going on with Ronda Rousey. I love the fact that she just took her challenge by Nia Jax and just shit all over it. She's like, all right, I'm supposed to be fighting Nia Jax, and that's fine. But when I get my hands on you against Charlotte Flair, it's going to be the next chapter in what's to come between you and I. Everything she said tonight was actually written for her very well. If it was written by somebody in the WWE creative, then that guy that wrote this promo should be immediately promoted to the head of the whole entire company. But replace Vince McMahon with this guy, because at least the stuff that he's writing is a little bit compelling. Ronda Rousey got you a little bit amped up. You totally bought into what she was saying as soon as she started to talk about and directed her attention to the Queen of Pain, Charlotte Flair. It was interesting. It was great. And then Ronda Rousey wants to prove herself. She says, if I'm not the champion on my best day, I shouldn't deserve to be the champion on my worst day. Or some shit like that. Vice versa. I think I messed it up thanks to the frog in my throat. Whatever. Case being that Ronda Rousey's promo tonight was spot on. She was on fire. I like everything she had to say. I love that she came out tonight saying, I'm a fighting champion. I didn't come here to sit on the sidelines and watch and lick my wounds and wait till I am 100% to be in the ring competing. If I can't defend the title at 1%, I shouldn't be defending it at 100%. All these things were very, very good. And I enjoyed it until Baron Corbin has to come out there. For what fucking reason? Ronda Rousey wants a challenge. She throws out the open challenge. All of a sudden, you're denying open challenges? You've never denied anybody an open challenge. Nobody has ever once come out and said, no, this isn't happening. An open challenge is an open challenge. And then you have an entire roster of females and you want to throw her out there with Mickie James. And now here's where my problem comes in. You have Ronda Rousey coming off of last night, one of the most impressive women's matches of the year, one of the most brutal and physical women's matchups of the year, actually getting her over, elevating her stock, building her up, and then you put her in this fucking useless match with Mickie James tonight that made her look like the rookie that she is. Mickie James is way out of practice. She's still one of the best in-ring competitors that the history of this business has ever seen, but she was definitely not on her game tonight. I don't know if her jeans on were too tight. Maybe she had her hairstyle done too much that she couldn't fucking think. Maybe she had too much hairspray in her hair. Maybe she was too worried about what lyrics she's going to be writing on her new fucking country song. I don't know what Mickie James' problem was tonight, but there was no chemistry between these two, botching these most simplest of spots. Simple headlock takeovers becoming just crumbling messes of bodies in the middle of the ring. Missing punches, missing kicks. Absolutely awful. Ronda Rousey hits Mickie James with 3 Piper's Pits and then locks her up in the armbar and gets Mickie James to tap out quickly. So we have Ronda Rousey defending her title. She gets the win over Mickie James, but this was unnecessary. She didn't need to pad her stats with a win here just because she was knocked down so hard last night. One of the things that makes it the most compelling story coming out of Survivor Series is we need to see Ronda build herself back up. Where is her confidence going to come from? It's going to come from beating Mickie James? This was necessary tonight? Absolutely not. Ronda Rousey should have come out there, just cut a nice, clean, simple cut promo, and walk to the back, and that was it. Or if you're going to have her have a match, at least put her in a match with somebody who can give her or make her look good and give her a good match. Because that, tonight, for Ronda Rousey was not good. I will say this as well. I think Ronda Rousey looks 100,000% better with absolutely zero makeup. Keep the fucking WWE Glam Squad goons away from her face because they make her look terrible at every event. And then she comes out tonight not wearing a stitch of makeup, and the girl looked great. The girl looked great. Why don't we go with that? Not every girl has to be all fucking belted out and total diva up. Let her be natural. Let her be a fighter. Let her be a real woman. She doesn't need to fucking doll it up to go out there and whip some ass. I think she looks better suited with the way she looked tonight. At least with her hair and makeup. Her outfit game is a whole nother story. She needs to get rid of the crotch huggers so she can stop pulling her fucking jean shorts out of her lips. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, I don't like what they did to Ronda Rousey tonight. Sure, she got a win, but she looked like hot garbage. Can you attribute that to Mickie James? I don't know. I leave that to you guys. That is up to you. Those are my hot takes for tonight. And one last thing before we get into just running down the results of this fucking shit show that we had to go through. I cannot stand the continued juvenile humor of the WWE. We've been saying it almost on a weekly basis. There's always going to be some segment that they're going to go to where their idea of humor is not toilet humor, but humor of an infantile child, of a special touched person, people that don't have sophisticated thought, people that maybe don't watch actual comedy on television, people with the minds of an ape, simpletons, children, babies, pee-pee. What did I tell you last night on the Survivor Series review? The fact that the Tag Team Championship matchup at Survivor Series, the champion versus champion brand warfare match, coming down to Drake Maverick pissing his pants was travesty enough. Now it's going to become a running gag? If this was the reason why you attached Drake Maverick to the Authors of Pain, then you've absolutely failed 100%. I didn't like Drake Maverick being with him from the get-go. I thought maybe the first time I seen him, maybe they could do something interesting, but then they started dressing him up like Paul Ellering's Mini-Me, and then he's starting to dress up again like the general manager of 205 Live, and now the guy's going out there and fucking pissing his pants, and then we gotta come to a Monday Night Raw tonight where the entire tag team division, who are a bunch of fucking peons themselves, are laughing like a bunch of clowns over the word urine. Urine. Urine is not a funny word. Are you laughing because I said urine? If you are, it's probably just because of the way I deliver it. The delivery tonight on everything was 80s sitcom bad. And then you got Bobby Roode trying to feign the laughter. Urine! Juvenile. Ridiculous. And I'm sure Vince McMahon was actually laughing as hard as Bobby Roode was pretending to. Because this is the brain of this man. This is the same guy that gave us Sparkle Crotch, right? He's got Bobby Lashley going out there and impersonating Ace Ventura, singing to the world through his asshole, bending over and showing us something that nobody wants to see. Even Bobby Lashley's mama don't want to see his fucking ass anymore. This show was fucking terrible. I feel like an idiot because every time WWE gives me a show like Survivor Series that I actually enjoyed 4 hours worth of wrestling from this company, that was a decent effort. We had 2 matches that I didn't really care for, but for the most part, 75%, maybe not, or maybe more, was enjoyable. And the wrestling was great. And then you come back to Monday Night Raw, and at 7:59, you're sitting there, you're just like, please let last night be the night that sends this show back to its glory days. Please let's have something have happened to Vince overnight where he woke up this morning, had a cup of coffee, and was like, oh wait, I remember how to do this now. But that's not what happens. 7:59 ticks over to 8 p.m. and immediately, within seconds, we get Stephanie McMahon on the fucking screen, and I'm already crying for my mama, and I wish to God she was here to help me get through these things. Because it's just an absolute travesty what's going on this fucking red brand week to week. I'm tired of even talking about it. I'm tired of coming here and telling you guys just how bad this fucking show is. Especially following a night where we had Saturday night's War Games, where I felt like a wrestling fan again, and I loved this business again. And then you go into Survivor Series with zero expectations, maybe even less than. Maybe we're going in with negative 100 expectations, and you came out above your expectations. And you can walk away with a win. And like I said last night, one of the reasons I enjoyed Survivor Series so much is it's so far removed from what we get tonight. And this show tonight proves me right. And you have to appreciate Survivor Series even more so after having to sit through this 3 hours of absolute nonsense. Thank you guys for enduring my rant. Let's pay a few bills right now, as this show is sponsored by Audible. You guys know it by now. Audible is offering fans of my show 30 days to try out their service, and will give you guys one free audiobook download just to say thank you for doing so. Over 180,000 titles to choose from, including some of the books you see on your screen right now, like AJ Lee's Crazy Is My Superpower, Jim Ross' My Life in Wrestling, amongst so many others. Check it out right now. That's audibletrial.com/sledgehammertv for your free audiobook and 30-day trial. And don't forget to hit me up and let me know what book you guys decided to get, and you will get a special shout out right here on one of our Sledgehammer Wrestling Show reviews. And also, WWE wants to throw commercials. I'm going to throw some commercials at you guys. Black Friday is in full effect. Early Black Friday deals available here on Sledgehammer TV as we are celebrating our ascension to 1,000 subs and beyond by offering fans of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show an opportunity to get our T-shirts, which we have not had available for quite some time now. And this time, thanks to Black Friday and it being the holiday season, you can get this T-shirt at 10% off its original asking price. All you got to do is check out teespring.com/store/sledgehammer-tv, like you see right there on the screen, or click the link, follow the link in the description box below. Enter the discount code SLEDGE10 at the checkout and receive your Black Friday deal. Looking forward to seeing all of my sledgeheads walking around in my sledge gear. Don't forget to get at me on social media wherever you can, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, when you get that shirt, and show your support, show your colors loud and proud. Also, it's a great way to be able to spread the word, and let's get this channel even higher. I am so happy and ecstatic that we have 1,009 sledgeheads as of today, and let's keep that tally moving up, 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 up. That's where we need to go, up to the top, because there ain't no stopping us when we get there, and I have you guys to thank for all that. I don't have anything thankful to be for Monday Night Raw. This is going to be Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving holidays. If I don't see you guys again, if you don't come to tomorrow's SmackDown Live review, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But hey, in case you miss it, I want to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys enjoy the start of the holiday season, even though the world wants to start the holiday season before fucking Halloween now. I got Christmas trees and Christmas decorations going up and Christmas music being played in Five Below before we even had Halloween. But that's neither here nor there. Whether you're a holiday person and you're loving every minute of it, or you're a little bit more like me and you could wait at least till Thanksgiving to get things started, I hope you all enjoy your holiday seasons, and we'll be celebrating it in your Sledgehammer TV T-shirt, whether it's the club shirt or the logo shirt. Make sure you get those pictures to me, and every single one of you will be shouted out on this channel. Let's run down this card because I just want to get this fucking show over with. This Monday Night Raw absolutely makes me hate the WWE again. From within 24 hours, I go from hopeful to hateful, and that's counterproductive. It means we're not going anywhere. Why do you say that, Mr. Nightmare? Well, that's because we started off tonight with a 6-man elimination tag team match where you had Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley with, my man, Leo Rush, At least we didn't have to hear him talking tonight about Bobby's milk dud ass and his milk dud head and his milk dud headband. And they were going up against Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Elias. I know I said we didn't see Finn Balor. We did see Finn Balor, but it didn't feel like we seen Finn Balor because Finn Balor was eliminated from this matchup first, almost 12 minutes into this matchup. I don't know why we were having like a mini Survivor Series match only 24 hours after Survivor Series. 3-on-3 elimination. I didn't really give a shit. There was nothing at stake here. This was just Stephanie and Baron Corbin playing manager and making this impromptu matchup so that Braun Strowman will hold out and wait till TLC to get his hands on Baron Corbin once again. But this match was not really that good. I was bored as shit. I didn't really even care about the involvement of Elias because I didn't expect him to go anywhere, and he definitely didn't go far in this match. He may have lasted a long time, but this guy was eliminated unceremoniously as well. We had Finn Balor eliminated first by a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. Elias then was hit with a spear by Trashley and then was outside the ring and couldn't get back into the ring before the count of 10. Ended up being counted out. Braun Strowman hits Baron Corbin dickhead with the running power slam, but Drew McIntyre would ruin things, getting himself disqualified in the process by assaulting Braun Strowman with a chair. McIntyre was then eliminated from the matchup. This match was already at a half an hour long, and I was bored to shit. Despite being eliminated, Drew McIntyre stayed at ringside and would continue his assault with his two cohorts. And for the next 20 minutes, we would witness the decimation of Braun Strowman. We would see Baron Corbin sandwich Braun Strowman's hand between the two steps of the steel steps entering the ring, picking up another set of steps and just smashing it against the man's elbow. There was some bleeding going on. Braun Strowman was selling it very well. I wasn't able to tell right off the bat whether it was fake or not. I'm still not sure whether something may have actually happened to his arm for him to be saying that he could not feel his arm and he was not able to move his fingers. He was saying it very loud, very audibly for the camera to catch and for all of our ears to hear. So the WWE in recent years has done this and have had people say things that are of a very dramatic nature just to try to get you to believe that they're breaking the fourth wall. So that is one of the reasons why I am trepidatious in my believing wholeheartedly that something actually happened to Braun Strowman. This is pro wrestling. It is not real. I am not an idiot. So this very well could be something that they are writing for him to overcome to get to Brock Lesnar by the end of this whole thing. I really was disinterested. I didn't give a shit. And it was just boring. The whole first hour absolutely wasted on one match that did nothing but possibly really injure Braun Strowman. But we'll have to stay on top of the news and we will let you know as soon as we do. The first of many Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose vocal segments happened on this night, and the only one that mattered at all was this first one, only because of what Dean Ambrose had to say, throwing digs at Roman Reigns, which is something that you probably shouldn't be doing right now. I don't understand the WWE's thought process in making this a thing. Do they want Dean Ambrose to really be hated that much by the WWE Universe? Is the WWE Universe really going to give a shit? You know, Roman's not around, out of sight, out of mind. You guys want to keep bringing him up. I don't know for what reason he's still involved in this storyline, if not just for, you know, this dramatic of a thing, where Dean Ambrose can look at the camera and say something like, and I quote, he says, I mean, look at Roman. For Roman's part, what Roman did in the Shield, he has to answer to the man upstairs. That's some pretty heavy things to be saying. Pretty much insinuating that God gave Roman leukemia because of what Roman Reigns did to Dean Ambrose in the Shield. What that is, we still don't know. Dean Ambrose isn't going to tell us. He kept accusing Seth Rollins of being the one running around all night, acting like a lunatic, and I just really wasn't interested. I wasn't interested. But had they ended this segment or this whole entire story on this night with this first segment, I would be a lot more accepting of it, and I think it would have added a lot more intrigue, because now everybody is going to be like, man, next week Seth Rollins is going to want to really rip him apart. Did you hear what Dean Ambrose said? Did you hear what he said? That was fucked up, man. And all week long we'd be festering on that, waiting for the Kingslayer, the Architect, to get his hands on the lunatic, and it would have been great. But instead, we get to see Seth Rollins later on in the night. Oh, for him to say that? For him to say that about Roman Reigns? Oh, for him to say that? Now next time I see him, I'm going to Seth Rollins him, and I'm going to curb stomp him, and I'm going to burn it down. A lot less effective, if you ask me. You got to let things build. You got to let stories be told. Raw doesn't do that. This is proof of it. We had the promo for Lars Sullivan coming to the main roster. No specific destination has been set. Nothing has been said on the show as to which show he's going to go to, but he is coming up to the main roster. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I talked about that last night on the Survivor Series show too. I don't agree with him being called up just yet. He fits the mold of a Vince McMahon guy, so he may get a to-the-moon style push. But with the way Vince is coming up with shit, talking about PP, I don't have any faith in him doing anything good with a guy that is great like Lars Sullivan. If Lars Sullivan doesn't end up across the ring from Brock Lesnar before 2019 is done being brought up to the main roster right now, then they definitely have lost their mind and don't have any idea what they're doing, I think is what I was meaning to say. Cheers, you guys. Nia Jax and Tamina defeat Sasha Banks and Bayley. This was a nearly 10-minute match, maybe a little bit more. This match is just more of WWE disrespecting Sasha Banks and Bayley. Not that they have to win, so to speak, but for them to even be put in this matchup where you already know Nia Jax is the one that's going to get the win because she's the one in the spotlight. She's going to be the one challenging the champion. And why would Nia Jax get the loss? For some reason, they're protecting Nia Jax's image. They've taken a bad thing and turned it into a good thing. You took a negative and you turned it into a positive with this whole Becky Lynch face punch thing. I will never, ever call her the face breaker. If anything, we should call her hashtag shit wrestler. Hashtag shit puncher. Stiff puncher. Donkey puncher. Hashtag go away. Hashtag learn your craft. Hashtag NXT, please. Any one of those would do. Face breaker? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I am not going to celebrate a fucking mistake. A mistake that could have actually cost somebody much more than a wrestling match. You concussed another person in a sport where it is your job to show the illusion of violence. Sure, there is contact, but the point is to not hurt your opponent. If you're hurting your opponent in professional wrestling, you're actually doing it wrong, stupid. But no, we're going to celebrate this. We're going to take a negative and turn it into a positive. And we're going to take this heat and we're going to ride that lightning bolt, Nia. Every time you go out there, dust off your fist. As if your fist was ever a fucking weapon before. You get one stupid lucky shot in on Becky Lynch, and now you're going to literally turn yourself into the fucking female Big Show. I'm already done with it. Sasha Banks and Bayley deserve better than this. They deserve much better than this. I know that there are not a lot of girls to pick from, but this is a situation where you could have threw two jobbers in there, had Nia Jax come out, had Tamina come out, let them have their fucking way with them for 30 seconds or a minute or so, and have them just walk off into the abyss and go back to catering so they can stuff their faces. And then we had to see them again. It wasn't enough. We had to see Nia Jax and Tamina once beating two people they shouldn't be beating. Sasha Banks and Bayley could wrestle circles around Nia Jax in their sleep with both their feet tied together. And then they got to come out at the end for Ronda Rousey. She's going to confront Ronda Rousey now with her cousin in tow. Nia Jax is standing there, dusting her fist off with her awkward smile. I'm so over it. I do not like when a situation like this is celebrated. I know they're a business and they're a company and they have to try to make the best of it, but the first thing you do is admonish the person. You punish the person that fucked up. If I went to work and accidentally punched somebody in the face when I shouldn't have, even if it was just an accidental glancing of a blow, or I tripped somebody, or some sort of a physical altercation happened where somebody that I worked with got hurt, I'm going to be reprimanded for it. I am going to have to suffer some sort of a punishment. Whether I'm not allowed to work that shift with the guy anymore, or we can't work together anymore, or I have to pay for his medical bill, something is going to happen because I fucked up. No, you know what's happening to Nia Jax? She's being fucking rewarded. She's being put in the main event. She's still getting her match with Ronda Rousey. She's probably going to lose so that they can build towards Charlotte and Ronda and still have the belt in play. But she's going to be gaining more than she's losing. And I can't get behind that. It bothers me. It wouldn't happen for you at your job, even if you're a professional wrestler. If you're one of the fans of this show that actually go out there in that ring, which I know there are a couple of you that go out there and actually wrestle, you can tell me right now, if you fucked up, accidental or not, you are going to face the music at some point. Are you not? Everybody should. But apparently, not if you're one of the Rock's family members. You don't have to. They showed the clip of the Drake Maverick PP incident and the whole backstage laughing nonsense. I'm not going to talk about that again. It's bad enough that I got to talk about a 3-on-2 handicap match for the Lucha House Party where they can defeat one of the best tag teams in the world in the Revival in under fucking 3 minutes. And they want to call this Lucha House Rules. Lucha House Rules. This was a handicap match. Why did we have to give them a handicap match versus the Revival is the first question I want to ask. Why are we changing the name of a fucking match type just to suit the one team in this matchup? Obviously, because it's favoring them, it's going to be named after them. Renee Young's on the commentary table, and for the first time since she's on this table, she said something that really irked me, where she likened this Lucha House Rules to the Freebird rule, and that could not be any further from the truth. There is absolutely zero to compare the two. The Freebird rule states that you are a 3-man team that in any matchup can choose whichever pairing to compete in that matchup. It does not state at any time that all 3 of you can be involved in the match or that any of you can switch partners. Did you ever see Kofi Kingston wrestling in a team with Big E and then Big E decide to jump down and throw it into Kofi? Or Xavier, or whoever. I don't know who I'm talking about right now. But you understand my picture. They don't fucking round robin themselves in the corner and go from Kofi to Big E and then Big E to Xavier and whoever the hell's going to be next. That's not how it works. The Freebird rule does not also mean 3-on-2. It was a bad flub by her. Seems to show a little bit of a lack of knowledge in wrestling, or at least lack of an understanding when it comes to the Freebird rule at the very least. I'm not going to hammer her too hard on it, but it just irked me because that is an asinine statement. And if somebody wrote that for her, then they should be fired. And if that's something that she just genuinely thought on the fly and said in error because she was a little bit ignorant about the facts, and I don't mean ignorant in a bad way, I mean ignorant because that's the definition of the word, it's just she didn't know, then, you know, I could be forgiving of it, but it was like, wow, no, that's not what the Freebird rule means, Miss Renee Young. I'm sorry, I just have to call it out there. And then you want to compound this with the fact that Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, the Glorious Gables, beat the AOPP in under 5 minutes. It's just the tag team division is nothing but a gigantic tin can full of PP. The WWE pissed all over the tag team division by not including that matchup in the final tally of the Survivor Series wins-loss record as it was, and now tonight they come to Monday Night Raw and they piss on it all over again by making it all about P. I can't believe I even have to fucking say this. I can't believe I have to say these words to you guys. P. Awful. Ronda Rousey's promo, which kind of got a mixed reaction to the start. She came out and said some pretty impressive things until Corbin came out, denied her request for the open challenge, only to give her the open challenge anyway. So Corbin's involvement was meant for absolutely nothing and should not have even happened and just brought down the show 100%. We were in the middle of this great little segment that you finally were getting a little bit excited and you were getting built up behind Ronda Rousey's fiery promo, and then Corbin Dickhead's music hits and you're just immediately deflated. That's what his name should be. He should be the fucking deflator. Corbin Constable Dickhead. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Ronda Rousey defeats 6-time women's champion Mickie James in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Take that, Mickie James. Why don't you go hum a few bars about this on your next Country Strong album? Absolutely awful this show was. And then we had Gable and Roode beating AOPP 321. Natalya defeats Ruby Riott in a match that I want to forget. This was probably Ruby Riott's worst match. There was no chemistry between these girls tonight. I don't know if they were just exhausted. Maybe they all been doing too much and they have a little bit of exhaustion going on. Or something maybe really was wrong with Natty. Maybe she is really still emotional and needs to maybe go away and grieve and process the tragedy that has befallen her and her family. Why we have to take said tragedy and just lace this match with all kinds of useless commentary from the three heads on the announce team talking about Natty's mother crying because Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away. Of course she is. Of course she's crying. She lost her fucking husband. Why are we talking about this on Monday Night Raw? Oh, because Ruby Riott broke a pair of fucking glasses that any fucking wrestling fan knows, if you're fucking smart, were not the actual sunglasses of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. That would just be cruel and useless to do that. It was a mock-up pair. It was fake, and this is all being done for story purposes. WWE being over-dramatic and trying to add drama for no reason when all we want to do is watch people fight. That's really the essence of what a professional wrestling show is. We do want storylines. We want things to be interesting, but we want the fighting, not the fucking talking and the nonsense and the overdone drama. Natalya's furious because of a pair of broken glasses. Maybe she needs to go to therapy because all that anger that she's feeling is probably because of what really just happened to her. If it's actually these glasses, I don't think so. I'm not going to buy into this match because of a pair of fucking sunglasses. I don't care if they were Jesus' sunglasses. What does it fucking matter? Where is Natalya going to go after this? Michael Cole wants to go out there and say, this win means nothing. Well, he didn't say it means nothing. What did he say here? I have it written down here. Michael Cole, after this match, says, "Oh, Natalya wins this one, but this isn't going to make things any better." Wasn't that the point of having this matchup? A measure of vengeance for Natalya? And then she gets that vengeance, and Cole shits all over it. But I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm just supposed to... Why don't you just watch it and enjoy it, sir? How can you fucking enjoy this? Smacking me in the face with an idiot stick. All fucking night long, making me feel like a dumbass for watching this crap. For loving this company. For 37 years of my life. Since I fucking found it. When I was only 4 or 5 years old. Now here I am, 41 years old, bringing the fucking hammer down because they lost their way so bad they can't get Monday Night Raw to be interesting at all. And I don't understand it. With the roster of talent this show has, it's awful. What is that smell? It's the smell of the shit coming from WWE creative offices, just backstage, probably right next to catering. Maybe it's the combination of the two smells. Maybe it's all the food from catering combined with the shit coming out of Vince McMahon's ears, doubled up with the garbage that's being written by this fucking creative team. That's what fucking Dean Ambrose is smelling, because it ain't what The Rock is cooking. Thank you guys all so very much for watching tonight's Monday Night Raw review. Don't forget to check out everything else that went up on the channel all week long. We got the NXT TakeOver War Games review, which was a lot of fun. We talked about Survivor Series the last night. If you missed that one, it's a lot of fun. It was seeing me in a lot more positive light. A lot less F-bombs dropped last night than there was tonight, I can tell you that much. And also, make sure you are here with us tomorrow night for the SmackDown Live review and results in their version of the Survivor Series Fallout, which hopefully is going to be better, but my hopes were immediately dashed by learning that the Bar is going to face the New Day once again, and not only are they going to face the New Day, but they're going to have a Thanksgiving feast match. A food fight fucking match. Because Thanksgiving is Thursday. Isn't that fucking wonderful? SmackDown Live is the joke show. Vince McMahon still digging the knife in there, as the undisputed A-Show continues to deliver pinched out fat steamy loads of shit, in case I wasn't clear. The best way for you guys to not miss tomorrow's SmackDown Live review is to hit that subscribe button right now. Join the 1,000 strong in the Sledgehammer Club, my sledgeheads that know that this is the place to be. Sledgehammer TV is the future of wrestling shows here on YouTube, and thank you all for being a part of it. And I want to welcome all of you to subscribe right now if you are not already part of this tremendous family that we are growing here. My brothers and sisters of the Sledgehammer Club are always lighting up the comment section and making me feel good every single time I put up one of these videos, as we do our reviews and our coverage of the WWE, every time they throw something at us to cover for you guys. Also, smash that like button if you enjoyed today's show. If you liked any of the points I hammered home, or if you want to hammer home some of your own points, make sure to do so in that comment section. Share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if they thought tonight's Monday Night Raw was boring as shit and barely got through it alive, much like I did. That, my friends, is all for tonight. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my team, Thor the Sledgehammer, the wrestling god of thunder, and the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. His tag team partner, the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue, the Snowball Microphone. Thank you all once again. I couldn't do any of this without you. You mean the world to me, and I love all of you guys, my brothers and sisters let's bid you guys adieu. And don't forget to check out that audibletrial.com/sledgehammertv. Get your fucking audiobook and let me know which one you're listening to. Maybe I'll pick one up on my Audible subscription as well. And get those t-shirts. Black Friday only comes once a year. You have all week long. Get those t-shirts. Use that code SLEDGE10 to get your 10% off as Black Friday comes early here on Sledgehammer TV for all 1,000 of my subscribers. I love you guys. That is going to do it, and we are out of here. And we will see you next time right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV. We will see you tomorrow for SmackDown Live. Boom.